unless you follow it here, there's something unspoken going on in Canadian politics and Canadian news. Canada Infrastructure Bank, most people don't know anything about that, but it just blew over $600 million on a project across Lake Erie, which is subsequently abandoned. Who's in charge of that? Who's paying for that? You're paying for it, but there's hardly a controversy. The Prime Minister and his Minister of Public Service, who both, we all know, lie with impunity, they're both standing up saying, well, we aren't attempting to ban hunting rifles. That's simply not true. Look at the list of the rifles that are banned. Many of them are hunting rifles. Many of them cost over $100,000. These are not your street crime rifles. Those are hunting rifles, and the Prime Minister has a temerity to say no. His Minister of Defense, whose main job, it seems these days, is to have gender-neutral uniforms and gender equity in the armed forces. It's like saying that the women's hockey team has to play all the men's hockey teams. That just simply doesn't work out. But there is a sideshow that she has, because she and her department have been giving contracts to companies that her husband is a director of. So, he is benefiting from that. In a time in the past, that'd be for immediate dismissal. People would be saying, that's just not on. The SNC-Lavalin, the Prime Minister, got burned on that years ago with a scandal. He lost some of his finest ministers on that because he blamed them for things of which he was guilty. Well, it came out the other day that they made another $165 of your money by warehousing the equipment that they made in the first place through another sole source contract from the Prime Minister's office. This government is rife with dealing with itself and its friends, and they're all making an awful lot of money. At the same time, the government wants to control the news. Not only the internet, but they want to control the news organizations across the country. Why? Well, they say because these news organizations can't make any money. If they can't make any money, they should just fold up their tents and go home. We are in a dangerous time of politics in Canada, and it's a time when people have to pay attention, they have to be focused, because if they don't pay attention, if they aren't focused, not only are they going to lose their economy, we have people across this country who are suffering, trying to get ends meet, trying to put dinner on the table. We need to focus on it for the finances and for the morality of our country, so that we do not have bankers telling the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, that we are starting to look like a banana republic. You heard it here first, a banana republic. 3 minutes.
Someone comes up to me in the Buckhorn Hardware and says, "You're Stephen LeDrew," and I go, "Yeah." He says, "I watch you every day because I want to learn what's going wrong in this country. We're doing something right because other people are not reporting things. If you agree, please subscribe and PayPal and enjoy."